really today I felt you for to be only 2 years, really amazing. I don't say this because I'm here with you.
Yeah.
I'm super honest, really 100%. Really weird to feel one guy like 40 years old, only 2 years to have this connection.
That's it. Ermes Gasparini has ruined the fun, the excitement for all of us, especially for Leonidas Arcona. He has warned him that Brian Shaw is completely different now. He used to believe that Brian is not moving well, he's moving in a robotic manner. His technique is not refined for someone who has been arm wrestling for well over a year now. But all of that changed as soon as he gripped up with Brian Shaw. And the most surprising part is he thinks he cannot just run over Brian Shaw if they have an actual super match. Although I don't believe this part, because Brian has invited Ermes as a trainer and as a guest. It's not cool to say to his face that I can destroy you anytime I want without much effort. But still, I think this statement from Ermes is powerful enough to get into Leonidas Arcona's head and mess up his confidence for this upcoming match. Ermes told Brian that he likes to go heavy in the early exercises. So he starts off the exercises with 6 reps, and then in the later exercises he goes up to 8, 10 or even 12 sometimes. The first exercise was concentration curls with slightly pronated hands, obviously for arm wrestling specific purpose. Ermes goes up to 100 pounds in this exercise, but Brian Shaw only goes up to 80 because he was feeling sore. And then they did some preacher hammer curls. In the first exercise, Brian was saying that he likes his strict form. But in the second one, Ermes told him that he doesn't give a fuck about strict form. We are arm wrestling, we are not bodybuilding. So a little bit of cheating is allowed and in fact encouraged if you want to get strong on the table.
He's my friend. If you want, you can cheat a little bit.
Okay.
Use your body. Important is the art.
So as long as
we
the
don't
arms
care
fix up.
about sometimes bodybuilder they want to do like this without move
Specific.
1 centimeter. I don't give a about
Sure,
this
sure.
zero.
It doesn't matter.
For us, important to have strong arm. That's it.
And obviously, Ermes Gasparini is going to be stronger than Brian Shaw in any kind of single arm pulling back movement that resembles arm wrestling. Even if Brian Shaw isn't sore. That wasn't a surprise there. The third exercise was regular dumbbell curls. The fourth one was some short range, tight tricep extensions on a pulley. It looked like Brian Shaw is a little bit too wide. He cannot get his elbows tucked in like Ermes wanted.
Your elbow very close.
Like this.
Maybe.
But man, is Brian Shaw strong in that exercise. Like, the gap was so much that this was Ermes Gasparini's reaction.
Yeah, nice, man. Yeah, you are super strong here. That's why you have super strong press.
The press.
Yeah.
When it comes to pressing, Brian Shaw is a completely different animal. That's why Ermes thinks that Brian Shaw's press is going to be difficult to deal with for anyone. And I completely agree with Ermes here. That is the main reason why I changed my prediction from Leonidas winning this match to Brian Shaw winning this match. Brian's press is looking awesome. He's not only super strong in this movement, his forearm is pretty long, probably the longest in arm wrestling, and his grip strength is out of this world. We have seen that good grip strength is a must when you're trying to flop press someone, especially when their pronated hand is right at the fingertips of your hand. You need a strong grip there, and Brian Shaw has a pretty strong grip. So there will be no opportunity left for Leonidas Arcona to climb into Brian Shaw's hand. The fingers will be clamped really hard and the press will be really strong. Then they did some single arm extensions, the tricep exercise, in a slightly stretched out manner, just so that Brian Shaw is also prepared to press even if his arm is not super tight, tucked in, ready to throw his whole body weight on his arm. Then they did some pronated back pressure, a little bit of that, and on a similar setup, some riser exercise. Brian looked really impressed with almost all of these movements. And it was good that Ermes was explaining the importance of every single exercise as he was teaching them to Brian Shaw. That is a part that makes Ermes Gasparini a really good coach. Nothing complicated, simple movements with the explanation as to what they actually do on the table. And finally, they did some cupping on this handle, just some static holds. And after that, they got on the table, videos of which we have not seen yet. Brian also asked Ermes how he built such an impressive hand, and Ermes told him the whole story, which we already know, that his hand was already strong when he was 17 years old. Then he started working on his arm power, and then after many years of him focusing on his arm power and him becoming a super heavyweight, his arm got too strong for his hand, and since last 2 years, he's been focusing primarily on his hand strength. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again.